Hi, this is Michael Osterlink, and I'm speaking with Julie Borowski. She's policy analyst for FreedomWorks. Hello, Julie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Certainly. Let's talk about Pentagon budget. Now, there's a growing movement on the center-right amongst conservatives and libertarians in support of rational cuts to the Pentagon. And having followed your work and reading your writing, I know that you're a strong proponent of cuts to the Pentagon budget. Speak to that.
I think it's a great thing that this movement's really growing, that libertarians and conservatives are realizing that spending shouldn't be sacred, especially government spending, that we need to cut all across the board, not just social spending, but also military spending, because government wastes a lot of money and it also wastes money in the Pentagon budget.
It seems to a lot of folks that we are no longer in the Cold War, obviously, and yet a lot of our Pentagon is organized around Cold War strategy and thinking. We add on top of that we've been fighting for the past 10, 11 years, kind of the war on terror. So it's two structures on top of each other. It seems that now we're winding back from the war on terror. We're leaving Afghanistan. We've left Iraq. We're still engaged covertly in various locations as well, but the big military footprint is being withdrawn, which seems to be a good thing. Since it is being withdrawn, it would seem to me that we are now in a position to spend a lot less money than we were spending before. One effort was put forth by Representative Mulvaney, conservative Republican, who passed an amendment just a few months ago, right before Congress went into recess. This is 2012, for the August recess, which would cut Pentagon spending, and I say cut in quotes, in 2013 to 2012 levels. He had 88 other Republicans in support. I think it's a good first step that at least we don't grow the Pentagon, we just keep it at a steady level. But we only had 89. Now, 89 is good for Republicans on this issue, but we really need hundreds of Republicans. What would you suggest we do to get more Republicans in the House and then also Republicans in the Senate to support rational cuts to the Pentagon?
Exactly. The Cold War is over. We're $16 trillion in debt, not counting unfunded liabilities. So we need to cut everything, including military spending. I would say the amendment's a good step in the first direction. As far as how can you get your congressmen to support such legislation to cut military spending, I'd say just keep pressuring them, keep writing them, keep calling. Congressmen do listen to the people that vote for them because they want to stay in office. So make your voice heard. I love Twitter. I love just to call them out on Twitter. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just keep pointing out their hypocrisy when they talk about we need to cut spending, we need to reduce our debt, but they're neglecting a huge part of the budget.
Now, we know that there are quite a few inside the Beltway conservative and libertarian groups who support this effort that we're talking about. What about Tea Party groups who are not kind of organized in D.C. but out in the mainland? What's going on with them, if anything, and how can we as policy people inside of D.C. reach out to them to educate them so they know, just to be principled and consistent, they also have to join us in taking on the Pentagon as well as every other program in the government?
There's thousands of different Tea Party groups around the country, which is great because it's so decentralized. Some want to cut military spending, some don't. I think just to reach out to them, use FreedomWorks has a website called Freedom Connector where you can see groups in areas and you can connect with them, you can try to educate them. Ask to be a speaker at a Tea Party group. There's a lot of Tea Party groups that really want speakers, so you can come in there and don't say you're trying to educate them. Don't give a lecture. Just say, I want to have an open discussion on military spending. That's what I suggest to do.
Great. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.